Hello, back again on the Top Recap channel. This time I will tell a movie's entitled Resident Evil: Death Island. Let's get straight into the storyline. The story begins by showing a group of Umbrella Corporation security members preparing to evacuate Raccoon City. One of these members is named Dylan Blake. He was assigned with his best friend, JJ, and other members. Raccoon City became a quarantine city due to the spread of a strange virus. Dylan and his friends were not assigned to evacuate civilians, but to evacuate Umbrella officials and government officials. If any civilians try to break through the barricades, Umbrella's security forces are allowed to kill civilians. Dylan was shocked to hear that, but they had to obey the rules. They began to move to carry out the mission. Umbrella's security forces were surprised to see the chaos that occurred in Raccoon City. Long story short, Dylan and his colleagues successfully completed their mission. However, many of Dylan's colleagues were injured by bites. Only Dylan and JJ survived. JJ also contacted headquarters, asking to evacuate his injured friends. But apparently, the headquarters refused. The headquarters instead told JJ to quarantine the troops who were bitten because they were infected with the virus. JJ and Dylan were forced to lock their colleagues in a room. The next order is that infected team members must be killed without exception. Dylan disagrees, but JJ has no other choice. The infected members start acting like zombies. Meanwhile, Dylan didn't let JJ shoot his friends. Dylan still thinks that his friends can be cured. JJ finally hits Dylan, and then starts shooting at his friends. The scene moves to a few years later. Leon S. Kennedy, a terrorism security agency agent under the president's command, is assigned to arrest Dr. Antonio Taylor, a scientist specializing in robotics engineering. The man has classified information that could endanger millions of people. Taylor stole important state information that he would sell to the enemy. Taylor was previously captured by SWAT members, but the capture was foiled by a group of armed terrorists. Antonio was taken away in a van. Leon immediately chased the car. When Leon was about to shoot the car tires, suddenly, a woman biker attacked him. The woman was named Maria Gomez. They were involved in a chase. Finally, Maria managed to destroy Leon's motorcycle. Leon also failed to pursue his target. Elsewhere, Claire Redfield works for an organization in charge of helping victims of bioterrorism. At that time, Claire was examining a whale that died from a bite on the beach. Claire also measured the wounds on the whale's body. Claire realized that the whale had not been bitten by an ordinary shark because the diameter of the bite wound was too large. Claire was confused about what kind of creature had killed the whale. Elsewhere, Jill Valentine is entering a house that is under attack by terrorists. Her partner, Chris, asks Jill to stay put while waiting for help to arrive. But Jill had already entered to look for survivors. Jill checked every corner of the house. She saw that everyone who was there had died. Suddenly, a zombie attacked Jill from behind. The zombie tried to bite Jill. Jill resisted with all her might and made them fall from the second floor. Jill then shot the zombie to death. Chris Redfield, the leader of an anti-terrorist organization that focuses on biological weapons, came with troops to help Jill. Chris scolded Jill for rushing in without waiting for help. Jill replied that she had to immediately save victims who might still survive. Chris then went to Rebecca Chambers. Rebecca is a professor who is an expert in chemical purification and concoction. Rebecca told Chris that the zombies previously killed by Jill were infected with a new model of T-virus, and all of them had injection marks. Usually zombies transmit the virus with a bite, but this time it's different. The bite of this zombie only kills its prey without infecting them. The new virus is also not spread through the air or saliva. In a hidden place, Dr. Taylor was kidnapped by Dylan Blake and Maria Gomez. Dylan, a former member of the Umbrella Security Force, wants to reproduce the latest model of the T-virus with Taylor's help. Meanwhile, Chris, Jill, Rebecca, and Claire are gathered to discuss this latest T-virus problem. Claire said that the whale she found on the beach had indications of being infected with the T-virus. However, the whale did not turn into a zombie. Rebecca then said that humans infected with the T-virus and turned into zombies were all unrelated. But after digging deeper, Rebecca found one thing in common with all the people, which is that they had just visited the prison that is now converted into a tourist attraction on Alcatraz Island. Finally, Chris, Claire, and Jill decide to visit Alcatraz to gather more information about this new type of T-virus, while Rebecca will try to create a vaccine to cure the infected people. Elsewhere, Taylor escapes from Dylan and Maria's attention. But Dylan doesn't really care about that because Taylor's work is done. He then sees Chris, Jill, and Claire on the CCTV. Dylan presses the button to release the T-virus.
It's time we debuted our
Alcatraz is a former prison that is now open as a tourist attraction. Inside Alcatraz, they haven't found anything strange. Claire finally suggests they split up. Claire will comb the hallways, while Chris and Jill will go to the deepest places that are not visited by tourists. Chris told the others to contact Rebecca if anything happened. But suddenly, a tourist turned into a zombie and bit another tourist. Luckily, Chris managed to shoot the zombie. Chris thought that there were no more zombies, but apparently, other zombies appeared, and more. Jill and Claire immediately shot at the zombies. Strangely, the number of zombies is even increasing. In the midst of this chaos, Jill is separated from Chris and Claire. Meanwhile, in another room, Dylan releases his biological creation. Dylan then remembers his past with his best friend, JJ. At that time, JJ shot all his team members who were infected with the T-virus, but one of them managed to bite JJ. Dylan also called the headquarters, asking for an evacuation because JJ was seriously injured. But Dylan was ordered to kill JJ, who was already infected. Hearing this, JJ, who did not want to be killed, made the two of them fight over weapons. In the end, Dylan shot his best friend dead. Chris and Claire tried to contact Jill, but couldn't because the signal was interrupted. They then hear a sound from inside the closet. Chris opens the closet and finds Dr. Taylor inside.
Wait!
Meanwhile, Jill walks down the underground hallway. She is suddenly attacked by a man who turns out to be Leon, her old friend.
Leon?
The two of them then shoot at the approaching zombies together. Suddenly, a zombie is pulled into the pool beside them. Then, the Lickers monster appeared. Leon and Jill try not to move so that the creature does not realize their presence. But their efforts failed, and they were forced to face the monster.
How many of these are there?
Leon then shoots a bottle filled with fuel to destroy all the creatures at once.
0.
Elsewhere, Taylor asks about Chris and Claire's origins. When he finds out that Claire works at TerraSafe, Taylor considers Claire a terrorist because of the news he hears. Claire, of course, is angry because the news is a hoax. Taylor is suddenly attacked by some zombies. Claire and Chris helped him until there were no zombies left. Claire then bandaged Taylor's scratches. Taylor then apologized for calling Claire a terrorist. Chris also said that Claire would treat Taylor's wounds even if Taylor was a bad person. Meanwhile, Jill and Leon are now exploring the tunnels that were used to move ammunition when Alcatraz was used as a military fort. Jill also asked Leon the purpose for coming to Alcatraz. Leon replied that he was currently tracking the whereabouts of Dr. Taylor. Leon then heard the sound of airflow nearby. Leon also pushed some rocks as a way out of the tunnel.
Breaking out of prison. It'll be fun.
They then came to a strange incubation pool. They don't know what's in it. Elsewhere, Chris and Claire are worried about Jill. They still can't find Jill, and their ammunition is also running low.
We're in way over our heads here.
Claire suddenly groaned in pain, and Chris also experienced the same thing. Taylor ran in fear because he knew Claire and Chris were stung by insects that transmit the T-virus. But Taylor couldn't escape because he was blocked by Maria. Meanwhile, Jill and Leon arrive at the submarine dock that is used as an armory. They then enter the biodrone control room. From the computer screen, Leon realized that the incubation pool just now contained a biodrone containing the T-virus. And the insect-shaped biodrone was ready for deployment. The two of them intend to burn the biodrone's incubation tank. But suddenly, Dylan speaks through the speaker, telling them to go to the prison where Chris and Claire are being held. Meanwhile, Rebecca and several troops decided to go to Alcatraz. Rebecca also brought the vaccine that she had successfully created. Inside Alcatraz, Jill and Leon find Chris and Claire in prison. The siblings' faces were very pale because they had been infected with the T-virus. Leon then finds Taylor, who is in the same cell as Claire. Suddenly the lights turn on, and Dylan appears with Maria on the second floor. Leon suddenly felt pain from an insect bite. It turns out that the insect is Dylan's biodrone, which infects people with the T-virus. Biodrone only infects people, as Dylan directed. Soon, Dylan will be ready to launch billions of biodrones around the world. Dylan will kill all the rich people and corrupt officials who have created this T-virus. Dylan will kill them all with their own T-virus. Dylan is hurt because in the past, due to the T-virus, he was forced to kill his best friend. Dylan wanted all those arrogant rich people to feel the same way. Dylan got the virus from Arias's technology. Dylan also recruits Maria because Maria has a grudge against Leon, who killed her father. Dylan hates rich people who arbitrarily give orders to the weak. So Dylan uses this T-virus to create a new world without greed. Dylan won't kill everyone. With the biodrone, he can decide who deserves to be infected and who doesn't. As it is now, Dylan deliberately allows Jill not to be infected. Dylan told Jill to kill Claire, who would soon turn into a zombie.
Life will be lost.
Taylor, who is in the same cell as Claire, asks Jill to kill Claire before Claire attacks him, but Jill refused to do so.
Go fuck yourself.
Meanwhile, outside the prison, Rebecca and the troops are attacked by a zombie shark created by Dylan. All the troops were killed. Rebecca was lucky to survive. Rebecca also entered Alcatraz. Meanwhile, Dylan finally shoots Taylor because Jill refuses to kill Claire. Maria also held Jill, but Leon threw smoke bullets so that Jill could escape. Dylan did not care about Jill, who escaped because soon his biodrone would be ready to spread the virus throughout the world.
There's no stopping them.
Even though Claire was not doing well, she still tried to help Taylor in attempting to stop the bleeding in Taylor's stomach. Seeing Claire's sincerity, Taylor gave Claire the biodrone password before dying. Claire can control all computer access in the control room with that password. Jill then met with Rebecca. Rebecca came with the T-virus vaccine. Jill also tells the location of Claire and the currently infected others. Meanwhile, Jill will destroy the incubation tank where the biodrone is located. Elsewhere, Dylan has finished targeting which countries will be attacked by biodrones. Dylan then took an injection of the virus. Dylan then tells Maria to open the floodgates so the beasts can enter. In prison, Claire's condition is getting worse. Luckily, Rebecca came and immediately injected the vaccine to her friends. The vaccine worked quickly and cured them all.
Let's go help him.
Leon went straight to the control room. There, he met Maria. The two of them got into a fierce fight. Although Maria is a woman, the revenge for her father's death makes her very strong. Leon was overwhelmed by Maria. Meanwhile, Jill finds Dylan in the armory. Jill told Dylan to surrender immediately, but Dylan instead injected himself with the virus. Dylan then threw himself into the water and was eaten by a zombie shark. Elsewhere, Leon is beaten several times by Maria. Leon managed to counter, but Maria countered him again. Leon then kicked Maria until Maria's body was pierced by iron. Maria finally died. Chris, Claire, Rebecca, and Leon finally join Jill. Leon invites them to stop the biodrone immediately, which will be released soon. Suddenly, a giant monstrous creature emerges from the water. It is zombie Dylan who has joined the zombie shark. Inevitably, they have to fight the creature. Although it has been shot several times with small to large weapons, the creature is not injured, as if he is immune to all weapons. Leon also told Claire and Rebecca to stop the biodrone with the password Taylor gave them earlier, while Leon, Chris, and Jill will fight the monster. Jill then found a plasma weapon with high heat energy but a short shooting range.
It heats up to 20,000 degrees, but...
So Jill asks Leon and Chris to lure the creature closer to Jill. Chris and Leon get in the car to lure the beast. Meanwhile, Rebecca and Claire manage to get into the biodrone network with Taylor's password. With one more button, they will be able to disable all biodrones. But Rebecca has other ideas. Meanwhile, outside, Jill waits for the plasma gun to charge fully. Once it's full, Jill shoots the creature. The creature was lying down, but a few moments later, it got up again. Jill tried to shoot it again with the plasma gun, but the creature attacked Jill first. They were preparing to receive an attack from the creature, but suddenly, the creature went towards the water. Rebecca says that she just moved the biodrone to over-inject the virus into the creature, making it unfocused. The creature tried to head towards the open water. Rebecca quickly closed the floodgates to prevent the creature from escaping. Chris, Leon, and Jill chase after the creature. Jill tries to attract the creature's attention, while Chris and Leon prepare weapons. Jill then entered the water, followed by the creature. Jill then threw a bomb in the water and intended to rise to the surface, but the creature managed to drag her. With some struggle, Jill was able to break free. As the creature approached the floodgates, Chris and Leon immediately shot the floodgates and made the doors fall on the monster. And the bomb exploded, destroying the creature's body. Once again, Jill and her colleagues managed to stop the apocalypse. And the movie is over. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, and comment.